Is ADP really an oppressive broken card that needs to be banned? I'm covering that and more today here on Celio's Network. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network. Today I'm talking about the current standard format and ADP. Is it really a toxic card? Would banning it really change anything within the standard format and how the game is played? We'll be talking about that right after I shout out PotownStore.com, the best place for you to get PTCGO codes. Make sure you use code CELIO for 5% off. My goal in this video is to express my thoughts on ADP, the standard format, power creep, anything like that. But I also want to make it known that if you disagree with me or have a different idea, please leave it in the comments, because if everybody's just agreeing with me because I have a platform to speak on, we're never going to get anywhere. Disagreements are good. It makes people think more. So if you have differing opinions, please let me know. And I also want to say that I know Azul GG posted his thoughts on this the other day. And while my thoughts don't completely align with his, it's really hard to be the first person that comes out and starts talking about an issue or a problem, because even if Azul's onto something or he's completely right, his thoughts might not be as filtered and processed as ours are, or mine is, and like other people's thoughts might be, because he was the first to do it and people got to watch his video and then make their thoughts and whatnot. So even if he's not completely on the money with it, like, don't attack him or anything like that, but disagreeing is good. So if I have different thoughts, he has different thoughts, you have different thoughts, that's great. We can make constructive arguments and constructive discussion and maybe actually get somewhere with this. So I do agree that Alter Creation GX has an effect that essentially bends the rules of the game and leaves no room for interaction in the standard format, which I really don't like that. So there's no room for interaction in the standard format from your opponent like Pokemon Ranger allows in the expanded format with Altered Creation GX. If creatures made Channeler a Pokemon Ranger reprint, I imagine we wouldn't be having this ban ADP movement happening right now. So, Altered Creation GX allows an ADP deck, which is typically composed of almost entirely multiple prize Pokemon, to favorably or at worst evenly prize trade, with decks focused around single prize Pokemon. In addition to this, Altered Creation GX allows the game to consistently end in 4 turns against an opponent with 2 prize Pokemon on the field. If ADP based decks were 50%, or maybe even 33% of the meta, then I would understand and more so relate to these players saying ADP is specifically causing the gatekeeping issue that I'm hearing about. But ADPZ has been fluctuating between 10 and 20%, even as low as 5 or 7%, I believe, of tournament meta shares, and it hasn't even won any tournaments of relevance as far as I can find in our current standard format. So I admit there's a balance issue with ADP. I do admit that. But if I don't think it is ADP that's the problem, then what do I think? I'm all for experimentation if tournament organizers want to try banning ADP to see the results, but I believe the issue is with the overall game design that started with Tag Team Pokemon. The ripple effect that started with Team Up and was accelerated by the power creep with Reshizard in Unbroken Bonds, and then again with ADP and Cosmic Eclipse, caused the next mechanic, which was Pokemon VMAX, to push the ceiling of power level even further to surpass or at least compete with the likes of ADP, Luke Metal, Pikarom, the gist of that, the tag team Pokemon, these big powerful basics. I don't think we have a single card issue in the format. Imagine if Eternatus maxed out at 240 damage instead of 270, and Centiskorch VMAX didn't have a base damage output of 40. These cards might not even break through into Tier 1 until the rotation of ADP and Luke Metal and Mew 3 and the rest of it. I think we have a design issue with too much power creep in too short of a time that started with the introduction of big basic Pokemon that are worth 3 prize cards each. I do think ADP is overpowered, but I don't think banning this one card will change much, because overpowered is almost the theme of our current standard format. Many people have been bringing up the lack of single prize decks in the Team Up through Darkness Ablaze meta, and blaming that on ADP. While ADP naturally should take advantage of single price focused decks, I believe that Lucario and Melmetal Tag Team does a similar thing with its damage reduction. Eternatus can do the same with its obscene amount of health and access to multiple strong dark cards, which helped create the strong Eternatus archetype. And even Mewtwo and Mew Tag Team has done its fair share of gatekeeping with access to Espeon and Deoxys Tag Team's cross-divide attack, which can knock out 2 to 3 non-GX, non-V Pokemon all at the same time. That being said, there are more single prize attacker decks popping up every day, even if you would want to discount Decidueye since it's only powerful due to its ability that players would rather not tech for. But we have other single prize decks popping up that are more typical, like Baby Blacephalon, Mad Party, and even the new Aerodactyl Golisopod deck. They've all been seeing some play and scattered success in the online tournament circuit, and the online tournament circuit is the main medium of play during this time. The feelings, concerns, and wants of the players calling for an ADP ban definitely resonate with me, because I also long for the days of a slower, more skillful, more fun game. But I think players are looking at ADP as the one problem that if solved, the game would be noticeably different. And after giving this a lot of thought, I think tag teams have already done the damage and thrusted us into an accelerated power creep with 3 prize Pokemon that are just going to keep coming. I don't have a solution for this, but banning one card likely wouldn't fix it. I'm open to try some tournaments with ADP banned, and hopefully I'm wrong and this would completely fix the game, but I just don't see that as the reality. Now, some players are agreeing with me and saying it won't fix the game completely, but it will at least allow more single prize decks into the format. I'm also not sure I entirely agree with that, because of, like I said, Luke Metal, Eternatus, Mew 3, there are other options to gatekeeping single prize Pokemon. So those are all the thoughts I have today on this topic. I love talking about card design and the metagame and things like that. So if you're not already subscribed and you'd like to hear about these kinds of things, make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think about all of this. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you hate my opinion so much and want ADP gone right now, make sure you click the big old thumb. And shout out PotownStore.com, best place for you to get PTCGO codes, my lovely sponsor, very proud to represent them. Use code CELIO for 5% off over there when you're buying PTCGO codes to save some money. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.